I've wanted to make a video about this for a while now, and I just haven't figured out the way to do it. And I think now I have a way I can do this without doxing anybody and without violating anyone's privacy and or my own ethical standards. So I am going to tell you about a situation that happened to me just before I started my job that still bugs me to this day, and honestly I don't think is right. How do I start this? Okay, so before I started my job, I was chatting with a family member of mine, and I mentioned the job, but I also mentioned that I was unsure because just some of the HR seemed a bit weird. And I've never worked in private companies like that, so I just don't know how they work. And coming from a very governmental background, I just wanted to make sure everything was above board and right, because I think many of you can understand, as someone with a disability, I don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't want to get in a weird spot where all of a sudden I can't do something that I legally should be able to do. All of those things were kind of going through my head. So I had asked this person about that, and they framed all of this in tough love, but really it's willful ignorance. They feel that disability and discrimination doesn't happen ever, and if it does, then I should be complaining about it and talking to human rights all the time. And I've tried to explain to them if I would talk to human rights every single time I was discriminated against in my working life, I would be always there. I would never get any work done. And I think many of you can understand that. So he then told me I was negative and troublesome.
He also said for these reasons, I wasn't getting a job and I should just do the job that I was so lucky to have and accept the things they were so willingly giving me. Now I know they are wonderful and I would not want to work for anyone else at this point, but then I didn't.
And I took it, but I'm not a confrontational person. And then somebody else chimed in too, who didn't really have any right to chime in, which is what I really did not like, because you don't know me not as well as this other person does. You don't understand everything I have been through, this other person you would think would, but he likes to live in his own little bubble of being willfully ignorant to the fact that this is a big part of my life, and he is privileged in the fact that he is able-bodied and does not have to deal with this kind of discrimination. I won't say that people in my family don't have to deal with discrimination at all, because I'm sure some of them do. I'm just shocked that this person would say that of all things. And then the only sort of defense, I guess you could call it, is that people tell me, oh, they're stressed and, this is going wrong and that is going wrong. And I'm like, I don't care. You don't say these kind of things to someone. Um, it's not right. It's not what you should do. And if you hide it under the guise of tough love, I think that's just mean. That's not tough love. That's just denying a truth. Just because you have the privilege to not see it doesn't mean that it's not there. And just so you guys know, I don't speak to this person anymore. I'll be cordial when I do see them, but I'm not going out of my way to see them, to call them, to deal with them. And this is sort of my last talking about it, but it really left a bad taste in my mouth of who this person really is and how long it took me to figure that out. So just a cautionary tale, I guess. And or warning to all people. You're not going to understand everything that someone brings up. And so ask them to explain it and believe them when they say it. As long as it's doesn't seem like blatant lies. This is like real life, real stuff happens here. This is not, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. This is actually going on and hurting people, and I think that holding that same attitude, whether it's for me, your disabled family member, or anybody else, is just what furthers the stigma. So just be open to learning, and know that other people can have lives that are different than yours, even though you may not see that. But I'm just going to end it there. I'm not going to go into it anymore. I've gone into it as much as I would like to, so please don't ask more about it other than what I've said here. But that is that for today, and I'm just glad to get that off my chest. So, like always, guys, like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of me, and hit the notification bell because I never know when I'm going to post. And I will see you in the next one. Keep pushing, guys.